I was asked to talk about my pastor, Dries Coetzee, from University Presbyterian Church, San Antonio. One of my favorite moments with Dries was actually this past year on our virtual fellowship after the service. He asked me a question, and I was too embarrassed to answer, so I ran away. And he never lets me forget that. Another reason I love Dries is that I feel like I'm never talking to just a pastor. It's like I'm talking to a true friend, or an uncle from another country, I like to call it. And one of Dries' pet peeves is that he's not a fan of board games.
Hi y'all, my name is Hannah and I'm actually the Director of Youth Ministry at UPC. So that means that Dries is my boss and that I get to work with him every day. Dries has been the best boss I could have asked for. He is supportive, encouraging. He's had my back since day one. I started back in July and right away felt like I was welcomed in this community. Not just by Dries, but by the entire staff and the congregation. And I really think that stems from how the pastor leads their congregation, how the pastor leads their staff. And so that's one of the things that I absolutely love about Dries, and I think that everyone in our congregation knows, is that Dries is always there to welcome you. He will work hard to make sure that you feel welcomed and safe, and make sure that you know that UPC is a safe space for you no matter what. Dries is hilarious. He always makes me laugh. Some of my favorite things are hearing about his time in South Africa and just how crazy he thinks some of the things we do here in America are, because they're so different. And definitely helping him remember the words that he's thinking of when we're on Zoom calls with, half of our congregation, and sometimes he just needs a little bit of help, but the whole congregation's always there to help him out. And one of my favorite memories with Dries was that when we first got connected through my program, I had to submit a picture. And so I submitted a picture, and when we were on the phone, he asked if I was engaged. The answer is no, but I do wear my UT class ring every day. And the photo that I had submitted had that ring in it. And when I told him no, that it was my college ring, he just said, we don't do things like that in South Africa. And it just really got me thinking about how kind of strange it is, a lot of the customs we have here in America, especially down in the South, when it comes to school and college and allegiance like that. But Dries is incredible, and you guys are so lucky to have him as one of your speakers.
One of my guilty pleasures goes along with the question of what's my favorite food. As my wife Beth and I have spent a lot of time cooking during COVID. I do slow cooking, meaning we don't eat a lot of fast food. I love to cook food, and I can actually spend hours outside on my fire pit. I love the mesquite wood here in Texas, and I can spend hours just cooking food outside. I love beef and lamb. Texas has really good steak. But I love beef and lamb. I love seafood, and I do love vegetables. Although I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, there are many vegan or vegetarian dishes that I like as well. So I'm really keep myself open. I'm afraid to tell you which vegetables or which food groups I don't like, because it's dangerous. Because I discovered I might not like some food today, but wait, tomorrow you might actually like it. Brussels sprouts is a good example of such a vegetable that I never liked as a teenager, and now it's one of my favorite vegetables. My hobbies I think because I'm a pastor and I spend a lot of time with people, I listen a lot and I talk a lot. Unfortunately, maybe being a pastor, I talk too much. But I spend a lot of time by myself, so I do love gardening. I love doing exercise. I went through a period where I did a lot of jogging. We live close to a lake where I live, in a neighborhood in San Antonio where we live, and so I will jog around the lake or walk around the lake. And now I'm part actually of a group of a boot camp, and I do that 3 times a week. And I'm so thankful for that physical exercise, and also for that community made up of different people that I normally would not meet as part of my church because they come from different walks of life. And I think that's part of the challenge we all face, is that our churches has become such silos as well. And so that's why I'm looking forward to Midwinters as well, because this will take us out of our church silo and help us to be in conversation with people we don't normally talk to or exchange ideas with.